I'm Freddie Mercury and I'm the lead vocalist of Queen.
I am Brian May and I play guitar for a group called Queen.
My name is John Richard Deacon. I was born on August the 19th, 1951.
I'm Roger Taylor and I'm the drummer and one of the singers of Queen.
Enthusiasm took over when I was about 13 or 14 with the Beatles.
Then there was kind of a revolution in England, and English people began to play rock music as such, and in fact sort of led the way for a while. You know, there was, for instance, the Cream, and Jimi Hendrix is not exactly English, but kind of an English phenomenon because he was embracing England first. And through listening to those people, I got more keen on some of their influences, like B.B. King, Chuck Berry, Bo Diddley, those early, quite primitive guitar players, but very influential on everybody today, I'm sure.
And I took piano lessons when I was in boarding school, and of course I didn't think at the time that I was going to make music my career, but I was always interested in music. I think I obviously had a musical streak, so I used to sing along, and I was in a choir.
I played in a couple of groups, but only amateur groups. One was called 1984, strangely enough. One was called Smile.
And Smile was the band which Brian and I formed with one other person. There were just three of us.
I remember there was a time we actually we were sharing flats together, so living in while we were in different bands. And one day they wanted their singer decided to leave, and they were auditioning singers and this and that. And I was right under their nose. It was so funny. It never actually occurred to them to ask me.
And it was when Smile broke up, and Brian and I decided we liked working together, and we wanted to form a new band called Queen, which we did with Freddie.
Well, I built my own guitar, and it has a particular sound. I worked on it with my father for about 2 years when I was about 18. And it's different from anything else. It just has a different sound, and it has a wide range of sounds. And I knew what sound I wanted. I was just lucky to be able to find it, really. I knew that I wanted it to be thick and warm, but with some sort of edge to it, and to be able to sustain and sing.
Roger and I were ripping people off before. Just with all sort of antique clothes and things, just to make enough money to eat at that time. And before we actually had a contract, and then and in those days we hadn't really made up our minds that we were going to make it a commitment, because Brian still wanted to do his BSc and things, and you can't really be successful in this game if you have other ties. You have to just give up everything. You really have to.
So it was Freddie, myself, and Roger, and we advertised for a bass player.
I actually gave up playing music the first year. I was at college, and then in the second year I was really missing it, so I got my equipment down to London. I played with one group at my college, and then I heard about this group called Queen who were looking for a bass player.
Because I'm such a forceful character, they were in Smile, and I said, well, I can't join you and become... it's just like the way I feel is that when somebody new takes somebody's place, it's just everything's got to be new. And so this was a completely new chemical reaction, and it had to have a new meaning and a new title and everything, so that we felt fresh. We actually hated it, but it was just an outrageous thing at the time, in the days of so-called, it was called glam rock or whatever, And in those days, they started painting their faces and everything. It was the David Bowie time, the Roxy music. In a way, it's sort of happening again. It was just a phase that people were going through, and I think the name Queen actually fitted that time.
And our real lucky break was really doing some test sessions at a new recording studio being built. And we went in there, it was 16-track, and we recorded a few songs. And it was from those demos that we eventually got our first record deal.
It was very difficult in the beginning, because technically you can't do that without a lot of money. You have your amplifiers on stage, and in order for the vocal harmonies to be on top of all that noise, you have to have a big PA, which obviously we didn't have. So we used to borrow things and steal things.
Yeah, Killer Queen was like the first thing that broke ground worldwide, as it were. I think in England and in Britain, I think Seven Seas of Rhye is a track that that's the track that actually broke us in England, but I don't think it did anything anywhere else. But Killer Queen paved the way.
Rhapsody particularly was Freddie's baby, you know.
With Bohemian Rhapsody, it was basically I was writing 3 songs, and they were meant to be different, and I just couldn't finish them, and I just thought, oh, damn it, I just put the 3 together. That's when the so-called volcano erupted, you know, it was just suddenly, just went bang. You know. It was one of the first videos that actually got the attention, the type of attention that videos are getting now that needs to sell records.
We wanted to be heavy and forceful and full of energy, and at the same time we wanted to have good songs, and well, we felt we had good songs, you know, and we wanted to combine the forcefulness of something like the early Led Zeppelin with the melody and harmony of somebody else. I don't know who exactly.
I don't know. Probably just because I told you also I like to sing, and it just sort of evolved from there. And when it came in terms of being in a band, I thought being the singer was the best thing, because I knew up front all the time. I didn't want to be a drummer, bashing the drums at the back. Well, yes, I was just as mad then as I am now. I mean, I look at some of my pictures, and I think, oh no, how could you have done that? You know? I remember when I had long hair with black fingernails and gloves over here, and I look like a real tart. But it's versatile. I mean, you could play like, you know, I mean, we write ballads, we write heavy stuff, so sometimes we were even compared to Led Zeppelin or Deep Purple or Yes.
AC/DC or whatever, or, you know, just, it's not just one style, lots of styles of music.
I wanted to write a song that everybody could sing along, like a football chant or things like that, and at the same time I thought it'd be nice to, it's a winning song, you know, and it's meant for everybody, you know. But I had to say we are the champions, but that doesn't mean it's us, it's for, I can just imagine people going to a game, and if they, you know, if their team wins, they can go, we are the champions. It's a winning song for everybody.